Okay, so we're going on with the meditations. Let's do a healing meditation. Just go ahead and sit and relax and calm yourself down. Take deep breaths and slowly work your way from the top of your head down to your feet, or from the feet to the top of your head, envisioning every muscle or body group, like your feet and your calves and your thighs. Just picture them in your mind, tell them to relax, and relax and relax, and you'll feel them start to get heavy and warm and kind of tingly, and then work that way all the way up to the top of your head. Get everything nice and warm and tingly and kind of heavy like that, and then think about a white light, and take the white light, particles of white light, and put them into the affected area. Okay, and take a few more breaths, and then visualize white light washing all through your body, from the top of your head or the bottom of your feet to the other end, taking away that disease with it, and taking away the affected area, washing your body through with a pure white light. Picture it, feel it. This all sounds somewhat silly and hokey, I understand that, but you can see the white rice mildew or not mildew by the way that you look at it. You can give yourself positive or negative reinforcement, and our collapsing the probability fields makes a lot of difference. Okay, so even though these envisioning things, when you really use meditation and you really practice and you really envision it, okay, these are very powerful techniques. Okay, that healing technique is a very powerful one. Okay, let's go on a law of attraction technique. Okay, so anything that you want to achieve, you sit down and you think very, very deeply about what it is that you want, and then you picture yourself in that circumstance with everything that entails being in that circumstance as already there, and that's what you envision and you meditate on and you look at. Okay, now this is the goal. Okay, so you keep your eye on the goal. Keep your eye on the donut, not the hole. As you keep your eye on the goal, then the everyday plans and the way to make this happen will start to come together for you. Now you have to go out there and work for it every day. You have to get up and say, what can I do today to make this closer to a reality? And as you desire it, and as you keep meditating on it, circumstances will come up and things will happen, and it will come your way. Now, you can't just sit down and wish for something that's going to fall in your lap. You have to go work for it. You have to just keep envisioning what you want. Let the ideas come to you and be willing to work for it. Okay, that's the law of attraction. Okay, you have to be very careful when you're trying to evoke this rule, though, because you don't want to cloud it. You have to have very precise thinking. You don't want to allow anything in that's going to be discredited. You don't want to keep thinking about all the obstacles in your way. You start to dwell on the obstacles, and that's what you'll attract, instead of being positive and just keeping your eye on the goal. Okay, so you have to be very careful about that. The law of attraction is not as easy as it sounds like. It's a tool, but it's like all these other tools I'm giving you. They're not folklore, and they're not fairy tales. These things have work, and there's a procedure, and they're not just handouts. Every time that you ask something from the divine and you get it, it's going to come with a heavy tag of learning something. Okay, if you work to get it, you're going to be learning along the way. If it's just given to you by God, well, it's going to be a lot of strings attached. So good luck with that. I don't ask for anything besides strength and guidance anymore. The last time I asked God for anything, He gave it to me in a form that I wasn't expecting, and it completely ruined my life. Although it's what I asked for, and the experience was something quite enriching. My life wasn't really that great, so I guess the enriching experience that I had was, worth ruining what life I did have. Although I gotta say, the only thing that can ever hurt you is what you love. So just be careful about what you love and what you ask for. And always remember that what you love doesn't have to love you back. And that's why it's so hard to learn to love. Okay. Now, another meditation. We go through laws of attraction. Let's see. Take a list. I make a list of 10 things that the last person that you thought really loved you, a cared member of the family, anything that you're really grateful for. Put 10 things down that you just couldn't stand to be without. Put them in your wallet, and every day, every once in a while, take it out and look at it and think about how the universe has gifted you, how much it loves you, how much it's given to you already. Looking at those things is a nice positive affirmation. Because not everything's positive affirmations here, folks, okay? There's a lot of hard work and a lot of things that are not going to go your way no matter what you believe, okay? But you can't let that wash away the belief system, and you can't let that take away from your reality, because, the reality that's being created by these people it's empty. It's not what you want. The reality that I'm trying to get you to view is what you want. It's so much more enriching, so much more to it, so much more beauty, okay? Anyway, and then just clear your mind. Think about you want to be closer to God, and just ask God for guidance, and just be happy with what you have, and don't be unhappy about what you don't have. And find something to love. God bless. Okay, another meditation. We are spirit. Mind is the process. We are spirit, mind. Since I'm a part of God, because God is everywhere, I follow with God. But since God knows more than me, His plan is perfect but not yet complete. I must complete it. I trust in God, because God knows so much more than me. I surrender my will and put my faith in God. That's another meditation. Then you can look up Reiki meditation, which is also a good meditation I haven't been experienced with. My sister's a master of Reiki. Powerful technique. We're going to get a meditation that'll show you how to read without your eyes, which is going to be a really good meditation. I don't have that one yet. So those are the ones that I do have. Like I said, very, very powerful meditation. Think of meditation as a lever. A man once said that if you give me a long enough lever and a place to stand, I can move the world. If you have meditation as your lever and your mind is the fulcrum is what the lever moves around. A long enough meditation revolving around your mind will move the world. If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at will change. Your reality that you're experiencing right now is limited in scope to what has been described and talked to you about, and you've been told what to believe and what's possible. But people really don't know what is possible and what reality is. It's just what we have all agreed upon and been trained to look at, and so what's what we are bonded to. But it's not the only reality, it's not the sum total of reality, and it's not the only possible reality. So even though it's not always available to see, my way of looking at things will give you a lot more options. And we'll also let you remember that there's nothing more here than energy transforming, and so transforming is always going to be happening. You have no choice but to transform. The only choice you have is what to transform into, and if you don't make that decision, somebody will make it for you. So don't fear change. Use it as a tool to become the potential that you are trying to seek. Remember always, God does not love us. He loves our potential. So does James. James definitely does not love you. He loves your potential, though. Life is a learning process. We will not graduate till we pass the final exam. And you're all going to get what you deserve. So you better start acting right so you can deserve something nice. The rules are real easy. Once I get done telling you all the rules and what's happening, you're going to think, wow, that almost sounds too simple. Okay. It's not as easy as it sounds, but the rules are very simple. You don't even need 10 commandments, you need 3 or 4. Anyway, God loves you. He always knows what you're doing. You're never alone. God's consciousness registers anything that happens within consciousness. So anything that any consciousness experiences anywhere is on the grid for God. So God's always with you, even though He's always trying to teach you something. It's just like your parents throwing you out into the world to learn how to survive. God's a very hard teacher, and while He might love you and He might want you to learn things, He is not going to carry you, and He's not going to make it easy on you either. So don't think that, having faith in God is going to make anything easy. It really doesn't. But you will find out what you're supposed to be doing, what's really going on, and it will have meaning, and it will enrich your life. And the only alternative is the materialist point of view, which not only is it not credible due to too much scientific evidence that I provided, also it's just dead and empty. Who wants to live in a world where nothing has any meaning and that our lives are just some kind of chance happening? There's a deep, profound, beautiful truth that's behind all this, I promise you. And you're personally cared for. You are a necessary part of a very beautiful design. So while everybody might leave you alone, you're always cared for, you're always loved, and you're never alone. That's one of the things that the belief system will give you. You will, through the meditation techniques, be introduced to where your place is in the universe, and you will feel like an essential part of a beautiful design. Something the sun didn't set, the sun didn't rise in the same way that it did today, only because you're here. You will feel these things. It will make your life much more enjoyable and special to you. I didn't think that James's life was worth a fuck or anything else until, God revealed that to me, and ever since it's, really helped me to not worry about too much, of other people's opinions about me. They don't have to worry about James Johnson, or if they don't think anything of James Johnson at all, they don't have to. And God loves me, and has already shown me my place. And I'm just as special as anything in the universe, but I'm not any more special, but I'm not any less special either, and neither is anybody else. So